In this video, I'm sharing with you the lessons that I learned after reading over 100 leadership books, and it was very surprising. Welcome to the channel, Leadership with Mike. On this channel, I help managers become more confident leaders, and I do this with no nonsense sense, if that makes any sense. So here's the thing. I didn't read all these books in a day, clearly, a week, a month, or even this year. I've developed my leadership style, my leadership sense, know-how by developing over time. The problem with books, for me, is that I need time. I can't just run through a book a day. That's not in me, and I don't know if it's in you. But here's the thing. Business books, leadership books, they all, in my opinion, have 1, 2, maybe 3 gems that this is the reason I bought the book. This is the hope that I had for this book without even knowing it. Again, the thing is that when you've got a leadership book that's 3, 4, 6, 800 pages long, it may not give you the information that you need in the moment. Reading books is something that I enjoy doing, but I enjoy doing it when I have the time, when I have the opportunity to really think about what I'm reading. I've never found that with the books that I'm looking for an answer and it gives it to me in a timely fashion. I can say that without question. All of the books I read had great gems of information. The problem is that I couldn't get to them in a timely manner. I couldn't get to them when I really needed the answer. The next thing I realized after reading over 100 leadership/management books is that there is not one that I would say, this was life-changing. This made management easy for me. This had all the answers. Yes, each and every one of them brought value. Each and every one of them had some answers that helped develop me into who I am. But there wasn't one where I'm like, if you just read this book, you will be the best manager that your team has ever worked for. I couldn't find that. I haven't found that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it sure as heck wasn't in the 100 plus that I read. Now, the next thing that I realized after reading all of these books is that maybe there's a quota for the number of words required to be in a book in order for it to be a book. Is that a thing? I don't know. But what I noticed was a lot of these books were filled with fluff. The first half of the book is fluff, is stuff that I don't want to say has no value, but it was very difficult for me to find the value in the first half of the book. It always got me to the second half, the last quarter, where you're like, there's the moment. That's what I was looking for. Again, books are great. Books really can help you learn a lot of things. If there's a problem that you've had in life, there is a book that has the answer. The problem for me, and maybe this is the problem for you as well, is that I don't have all the time in the world to filter through the books. I don't have all the time in the world to try to decipher, is this the book that has the answer? Or am I still on the hunt? What I've learned from all of these books is that there are fundamentals that you can pick up. There are certain things that as leaders, if we implement in a proper manner, in the right way, that we can absolutely become great leaders. I found that there was a different type of book, a type of book that has the answers that we're looking for, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But with all of these books, what I realized is that there's a handful of fundamentals that can be pulled out. A number of fundamentals that could be broken down into, 30, which is exactly what I did for you. I broke down the fundamentals that I was able to pull out of all of these books. I broke them down into 30 fundamentals that you need. If you join the No Nonsense Leadership Bootcamp, over the course of 30 days, you will get 30 fundamentals. Now, the catch with the fundamentals is you may watch my videos and say, Mike, but you're so loud and sometimes you're a little bit high strung, and that's not me. That's the thing. With the fundamentals, you don't have to be a leader like I'm a leader, and I don't have to be a leader like you're a leader. We know the fundamentals. When you know that, you can implement them and they work with your leadership style. They work with your communication style. They're fundamentals. So go and check in the description. See if it's something that you need, because unless you've got all the time in the world and you can go through all the books and filter through what's fluff and what is actually boots on the ground, stuff that dirt you can get in your fingers, that's the stuff you want. And that's what's in my boot camp. But what you came to this video for is the books. What books do I recommend to you? I recommend that you forget about leadership books. I recommend that you forget about management books. The books you want to get into are psychology books. How to build trust, how to earn respect, how to be persuasive, how to negotiate. All of these things, to me, had the most value. Any book that was along those lines of how people work, how we can use our words to get certain reactions or actions out of people. That's where the value is. I don't see the real value being in leadership books or being in management books. It's all about the psychology. Because here's the thing, as managers, as leaders, we're dealing with people and people are crazy. And when you know that and you can figure out how to best communicate with them, their personalities, how they receive information, how they share information, that is the true value. So tying in with psychology and using your communication style. On this channel, if you've watched any videos, you understand that I share with you that we as leaders need to be able to communicate. We need to share as much information as we can. But here's the thing. There are some things that you as a manager need to keep private. And if you're wondering what those are, they're right in this video. So go there next, get your coffee, and I'll see you.